Your sales page isn't flopping because your product is bad. It is flopping because your hook is. And this applies to pretty much every single piece of content that you put out there, whether that's content or an ad or a sales page or an email. And in today's little training, I am going to break down exactly what hooks are the most practical when it comes to writing sales copy that actually converts, whether you're writing ads, email landing pages, or even a VSL. So if your hooks in general aren't hitting hard, then yeah, the rest of your copy will not stand a chance. Just this week, I helped my client take her email open rate from 12% to 48%. And her click rate went from 0.3% to 4.1% just by rewriting their subject lines and their sentence, the first sentences of her email. And this is for a flow that has been going on for the longest time and it was just not converting anymore. Now, that's what it matters, the hook. And that is the same strategy that I am going to be sharing with you today. One of the many strategies that you will find in the book that I'm about to launch. So stick around if you want to learn more about that, so you can improve and 10x your conversions, boost ROI, and finally get your launch copy to work like a sales machine. This is also how I help clients go from launch flops to 5-figure weeks, booked calendars, and skyrocketing through click-through rates, all because we mastered the art of writing the damn hooks. So in this video, I am giving you a mini masterclass where I will be covering the psychology behind what makes a good hook work, how to actually write them step by step, and how you can come across different types of sales copy. So let's get into it. So first, let's break the myth. There's no such thing as a perfect offer without a strong hook. None, because your audience will not be clicking in the first place. They will be just scrolling away or buying unless you catch the first 1 to 2 seconds or up to 3 seconds. So you have a very, very short window of time where you can get their attention. Now, what does actually a hook do? It interrupts their pattern. It forces them to stop scrolling. It makes them go, hey, wait, what? Like, what's that they read in the next line, and what's the next, and then, and if you've done your job, they will click. Because great hooks do that. They all share a few elements. One is they lead with emotion. 2, they introduce an open loop. 3, they promise a specific outcome or strong promise. And finally, they trigger curiosity, urgency, or even egos. Now, if you want to sell anything online, then learn this rule. Logic convinces. It convinces, but emotion is what sells. So if you cannot make someone feel something in the first line, you've already lost them. That is why the opposite of love isn't hate, is apathy. If they scroll past, that means you failed. So ask yourself before you write, do I want them to feel desire? Do I want to spark fear? Am I agitating their frustration? Am I giving them any type of hope? And if so, then write from that emotional lens. Now, let's talk about my 5 non-negotiables when it comes to writing a good sales hook. And these are tested across hundreds of ads, sales pages, emails, and even different niches and industries. So if you nail all of this, your copy will convert better. Number 1 must be a one-liner. No paragraphs, no long intros, short, punchy, it hits hard. 2, start with the keyword. Yes, SEO matters as well and still does. So, but it also does your relevance. So if your reader if your reader should instantly know this is for me because they read the hook. 3, use numbers or specifics whenever possible. For example, how I made $100,000 outperforms how I made money every single time. Even saying how I made $5,000. 4, Be direct, no fluff, no vague promises. People don't have time for your BS. 5, have a clear and tangible outcome. Don't hint at the benefit, just spell it out. Now, when I write hooks, I also keep them between 8 to 10 works max. I also use personal language like what I did, avoid this mistake, and also avoid filler and weak words. Just cut the fluff. Cut the fluff. We don't need it. Now, let's break down some examples you can see in this real time that actually work, and I've seen them working perfectly. This is an example of a hook that works really well. The ad that made my client 500K in just 5 days. Why does it work? One line, check. Keywords, ad made money, check. Number, very specific, very clear, check. Direct, no VS, check. Clear outcome, make money with ads, check. Now, this ad headline got 3.2% CTR in a cold campaign. So that's over 6 times the industry average. Why? It is short, it's sexy, it's specific, and it's just, cuts the fluff. People want to read it. Let's see another example. One email, 2000K in 24 hours. Here's what we changed. Why does it work? The subject line got over 40% open rate and hundreds of replies. Why? Because it tells a complete story, just enough curiosity. Now, you don't just steal these, understand the anatomy and why it works, because you can use this, copy and paste this strategy into every single different niche or industry. You don't have to do it exactly like I did it. But what you need to understand is understand the anatomy. What makes it work? What emotions are we triggering? What outcomes are we teasing? What loops are we opening? These are the questions that you need to be asking yourself when it comes to this. Now, let's talk about delivery. Hooks cannot just exist in isolation. They need to match the tone and structure of what follows. Ever seen an ad with spicy headline that leads to boring copy? Yeah, that kills trust, and trust equals sales. So your delivery matters. So what you need to do is match the energy of your hooks with your offer, keep formatting clean and scannable, and get to the point quickly, especially if you're selling to high ticket sales and busy entrepreneurs. You need to do that. Now here's the breakdown that I follow every single time. 1, hook. 2, immediate text or story. 3, agitate the problem. 4, introduce a solution. 5, deliver the CTA. Of course, this will change depending on what you're writing, who you're writing for, because in marketing and copywriting and sales psychology, not everything is made equal. And that's why I'm saying it is so important for you to understand the anatomy of what you're doing. But in the next video, I'm going to show you how I apply this in a recent Facebook ad, a Meta ad, with a client launching a course that worked super well. So if you want to learn more about that, hit the follow button and keep on watching, because that's about to come right now. Let me show you how I applied this recently in a Meta ad for a client launching a course. The hook was, we made 20K in 6 days from 92 email subscribers. Now, the rest of the ad explained how we structured the funnel, rewrote the nurture sequence, and launched a live training with a tripwire offer. So why did it work? Number 1, the hook pulled the reader in with specific results. 2, the story held their attention. 3, the CTA told them to opt in for the same strategy. It's easy and people just want to do it. They just want to click. You got their attention, you showed them the proof, you showed them the pudding, and then you told them exactly what to do. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, but I'm not writing ads. I'm just doing emails. Great. Same rules apply. Even if you're creating content for TikTok, same rules apply. So what you need to have in mind when it comes to emails is your subject line will be the hook. Your preview text will be your rehook. The first liner will be the tone setter. So don't overthink it. Just deliver value fast and make sure that you keep on rehooking and adding open loops and using strategies to keep people engaged enough to keep on watching or keep on listening to you or reading you. Here's one of my highest performing email hooks that I wrote. This is the subject. This 3-word sentence doubled my client sales. That's it. The open rate was 47% and the reply rate was 28.5%, which is really good for industry standards. Now, why? Because everyone wants to know what the sentence is and how to use it. Another one example that I have is do not write this in your next email. Seriously. That one triggered curiosity and fear of doing it wrong, because it works really effectively. Whenever you say to people that they don't have to do X or Y, people want to see to make sure that they're not committing the mistake. Okay, so now you get the idea, I hope. But how do you write great hooks consistently? Here's my 6-step process that I will teach you, so you can see if it works for you. Number 1 is to brainstorm the core topic of transformation. So what's the big takeaway that you want the reader to know? 2 is to identify the emotional trigger. Why? What do they fear, want, or need? 3, pick a format. This is a transformation hook. A bold opinion, a question, a how to, pick one, whatever you want to use. 4, use numbers, time frames, or power words like stats, dates, dollars, urgency, anything that's quantifiable. That will work like a charm. 5 is keep it short AF. 7 to 10 words max. Don't overdo it. People don't have time. Remember that. 6, promise one clear outcome. That's it. Just one. You don't need to outdo. You don't need to do more than that. Just one. It's perfectly okay. Now, for example, let's write one together. And let me pull it out here because I wrote it. So let's say that you're writing an email about how you fixed a broken funnel. A bad idea would be, here's how I improved my client's funnel. No. The better hook would be, this one changed, added $9,000 to a dead funnel. See the difference? Here's an advanced tip that you can use. Don't bury your best line. Most people write their strongest insight in paragraph 3. Don't do it. Move it to the top. Make it the hook. This one shift alone can triple your conversion rate. Show them the what and then show them the how. You don't want to, of course, because if you say everything in the hook, people will not keep on reading. You want to deliver the meat and potatoes and then show them how you get the dish done. You know what I mean? So think about it. If you're scrolling through an ad or reading an email, what do you see first? You see the headline, you see the subject line, you see the first 10 words. Now, this is where the sales happens. So if you go back to your to your post, ad, email, whatever you want to analyze, and you find the gold buried in the middle, then move it to the top of the funnel and watch your numbers change. Why? Because people will be hooked in from the get-go. Here are some proven frameworks and formulas that really, really work. 5 formulas I will be sharing with you. 1 is a transformation formula. Example, last year my client had no audience. Today they're fully booked. 2, open loop. Everyone gets this wrong, even the top earners. Time frame. We added 6K in revenue in just 3 days with 1 tweak. 4, contrarian, and I love this one. Don't write your offers before you do this. 5, how-tos. Yes, they still work a lot. How I wrote 12 sales emails in 3 hours with no AI. Use this, remix them, make them yours, but test them. That's the most important thing. You need to be testing. And before we wrap up, here's the real secret to hooks that go viral and convert: specificity. And before we wrap up, here's the real secret to hooks that go viral and convert: specificity. The more specific your hook is, the more believable it will be. The more specific your hook is, the more believable it will be. And the more believable it is, the more likely people are to buy from you. So let's upgrade this together. A basic example will be helpful copywriting lessons. A better example would be 6 writing tips that helped me land my first client. But a real good example would be 6 cold email lines that booked my client $12K in work last month. That's it. So as you can see, the more specific you are, the better it converts. People want to see the details because they feel like people are gatekeeping information. And if you show them how you do it, then there's no way to compete. The final golden rule would be to make sure that your reader knows the what, the why, and the how in the first two lines. So what is this about? Why should I care? How is it going to help me? If you don't answer these questions in the first few hooks or lines, then people are just going to scroll past. Now, don't save the best one for the last. Don't bait and switch, and don't leave people guessing. Just over deliver and do it fast. Now, this is just one of the many lessons that I've been breaking down as I write my upcoming book, which I'm so excited, on high converting copy and ethical sales strategies and email sales funnels, pretty much everything there. You'll find acquisition, retention, lifecycle, marketing, branding, every single thing. As of right now, I finished it and I am proofing it, and I'm so excited because I'm finally writing my own book instead of being the ghostwriter behind big known authors. So I'm so excited. And if this little training helped you in some way, shape, or form, and you think about writing to sell, or you need to improve your writing for your own business, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on socials so you don't miss out on the next one. And if you've got questions, please drop them in the comments. I read them all, and I really genuinely want to go one by one and get back to you and help you with your questions, even make a video out of it. Why not? So if you need help with your hooks or sales, you can ask away or slide in my DMs on IG, or even go to my website and hit connect, and you can ask me whatever. So after this ramble, if there's anything I want you guys to leave with, is let's write copy that not only sells but actually connects. See you in the next one.